Cold Blossoms here. You might hear my fan in the background going because it's really hot up here where we live. It's like 80 degrees right now. So, you're probably wondering what these little bad boys are in my hand. And I'm going to play a game of answering questions that I have gotten, that I've been collecting from all my web pages, like things I do, like Instagram, Twitter. I've even gotten some from my TikToks that went to my Twitter account and put these on. So, and some me and my kids just found and wanted to do. But they were supposed to, one of them was supposed to join me, but I guess none of them are going to join me because, well, let's just put it this way. I've been trying to get them to make this video with me now for some time. And since I can't get them to sit down and make it with me, I'm just going to go ahead and do it myself. And so with that being said, let's get started. Yes, I got to pick that beep. Okay. And there's a few of them, so it's going to be a little while. I'm just going to start taking from the top. If you were rich, what would you do with it and why? If I was rich, I would definitely make sure my kids had a trust fund. Make sure that they had to not worry about anything in case if I died. And then I would also donate to like 10 charities around my community to help out my community. And I'd also probably get me a house that I wouldn't have to worry about, which would be a farmhouse away, way far from town. And yeah, I'd probably build it the way I wanted it to be built. So, that's what I would do. Why? Because I can, if I was rich. Alright, number 2. Who's your favorite YouTuber and why? Cannot be yourself. My son put that on there, I think. You know, I like the YouTuber Roman and his family. I think they're just real and very authentic, and I just love seeing them actually be a family, and it's like they don't have to fake it, and I'm all about being real, and that's why a lot of my videos are probably boring to a lot of you, because I don't fake stuff like other people do to make content. I think being real and authentic and being yourself is better than being fake and unauthentic. So I'm gonna say Roman and his family. I can't remember his channel, but I just like their family like stuff. And they're the ones that relate more to kind of like how we are. It's all about family oriented and being together and spending time with your family. And that's how we are. Okay. Minus, I don't spend time with my biological family, so don't even get twisted on that one. But my immediate family, that's what matters to me. Everything like that matters. And I do care about some of my other family members, just certain ones. Okay. Oops, I dropped it. Okay, the next one is this one. What's your favorite food and why? Actually, I do know what my favorite food is. You take a chicken breast and you basically season it, and then you air fry it in the air fryer, and ooh, it tastes just like a crispy chicken, and you get less calories, and you don't have to have crumbs to make it taste good. And it's just like air fried chicken, and it tastes like crispy chicken from KFC. So, that's my favorite food. One of them. And it's low calorie. Alright, and here is the next one. I'm going to try to get it in there for you guys. And some of these you might not be able to read very well, because between me and my kids, our handwriting kind of went fast on these. If you won the lottery, what would you do with it? Well, I kind of already told you guys what I'd do if I got rich, which would be this kind of the same thing. I definitely would add more to my community, and I'd probably want to buy a lot here where I live and make it more kid friendly, so that teenager friendly, so that maybe we can stop a lot of the crimes between the teenagers and what they do here. That's why a lot of kids get in trouble where I live. There's nothing for them to do. There's nothing here for kid oriented. It's all for adults and elderly people, and not enough for the kids. There's not even enough here for the adults, to be honest. I would also make a community center-like place for adults so we could have a workout center. Because our community center that we have here is not a community center. They basically built a community center and turned it into a second city hall, which is stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Hate it. It was a waste of money and space. I don't like it. I think they could have done way more with what they did. Alright, next question. Okay, I'm going to read it because it's kind of, yeah. What's your favorite holiday and why? Well, my favorite holiday used to be Halloween. Growing up, like, favorite. I loved to dress up. I used to love going out, like, getting ready and handing out candy to the kids when I was a teenager. But now I'd have to say my favorite holiday is Christmas. And no, it's not because of the gifts, guys. It's actually because I've actually kind of lowered out the gifts because I want my kids to understand that Christmas is more about being together than it is about the gifts. And so we'll have family time on Christmas where I will make my kids sit down and we will watch some Christmas movies and have some popcorn, and they can have a couple sweets, and then me and my husband will have like a protein cookie so that, you know, we don't get bad stuff. And protein cookies are actually, they're not like super good for you, but they're not super bad for you, and they're very keto friendly, and they're also very outdoor friendly, so we'll have one of those. So yeah, that's my favorite holiday, Christmas now. And I always make my kids, before they can open up their presents, tell me what Christmas is really about. And if they can't tell me what Christmas is really about, then they have to hear the full speech every year of what Christmas is really about. Just like on Easter, I make them tell me what Easter is really about before they get any type of candy or any type of spoil alerts. So if you have a kid, please don't let them watch this part, because this is not for children to see. And I don't want to ruin anybody's beliefs. But for my kids, they know the truths. And for that, I make them understand what that day is, the significance of that day is. Okay. Next one is this one. What's your favorite hobby and why? Well, it's kind of like two hobbies mixed together that are kind of like the same. My two favorite hobbies is I like to, sorry, I was watching my game for a second. I like to sew and I like to crochet. I'm really good at making stuff, and yeah, it's just one of those things I kind of picked up after watching my mom do it as a kid, so I kind of learned it on my own. But then by the time I went to placements, like when I was a kid, I didn't really know what I was doing, but once I went to placements and that, some of the girls in there taught me how to do it, so I got really good at it. So, sewing and crocheting. Those are my hobbies. And then here's this one, and I'll just go ahead and read it because it's long. What family member do you like, and whom's your least liked family member? Well, my favorite family member is my husband because he's my best friend, and I tell him everything. My least favorite family member would be, well, not in this family, my immediate family here, but it would be my sister, my older sister. She's my least favorite. Yeah, and if I could, I'd put the other sister right with her, because they're both right there. So I'm gonna say I have two least favorites, my two sisters. And my favorite is my husband because he's my best friend. And I do love him and I appreciate everything he does for me. He is the best for me. Okay. And then, what's the most crazy thing you've done? Well, it's crazy that I would do this, but it was when I was younger, after my mom had died. Nobody really knew I was doing this, but there was a moment where I just didn't care if I lived or not. And my friends were like, oh, well, we should go down the dirt road and go this fast, and you should jump out and that. And so I started doing that. Yeah, I started throwing myself out of a flying car going about 30 to 60 mile per hour down a gravel road. Let's just say it was not smart. I had a lot of owies all over my arms and legs, but I was able to hide those from my stepdad and that. And I used to do that too when I lived with my older sister at her house. She just didn't know it, but I did it a little bit different. Instead of throwing myself out of the car, they would start to roll the vehicles, and I'd stand up on top of another car as they would push it to go towards the truck, and then I would jump into the truck. Yeah, not safe. Don't do it. But I did do it. I don't know why. Like I said, I was drinking. I had alcohol. Once again, an impairment from alcohol makes you very equal stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid. Alcohol, stupid. Okay, next question. What's your biggest accomplishment? Oof. Well, my biggest accomplishment would be I did get the presidential award when I was in, I think I was like in ninth grade. Yeah, ninth grade. I got the presidential award. And I got to, the president was already there in town, and then he came to meet with me, and he gave me a golden pin, which I wish I knew where I put that golden pin, because I don't know where it is to this day. But I got a golden pin with basically little blah 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 on it and my name. Well, I had my name engraved on it after. He didn't put it on there. I did. So yeah, that was one of my biggest accomplishments. And then my other one was I got to take a college course while I was still in my junior year of high school. Now, if I wanted to go back and complete it, I could. I only had a semester left, and that was in nutrition class. So, which I took the nutrition class at ISU. Well, it was through ISU I took it, and I would take my test there, and then I would go back to my school and do the work. But if I had to take a test, I had to go to the ISU campus and take the test. But it was a college course that my counselor had got me into, and my foster mom. So it was like a big accomplishment, because not a lot of kids got to do that. Right. Oh, and my other accomplishment, I guess, is that they were trying to get me to graduate early since junior year. Mid-junior year. I was able to graduate early, but I decided I did not want to do that. I wanted to stay with my class and finish out with my class. So that's what I did. All the way up until the end. Although my sister likes to take credit for that, like saying stuff that isn't true, which isn't true. And my principal found that out the hard way, because I talked to my principal from where I graduated at, and I was down by my sister, and she knows the truth. Okay. Next question. What's your favorite color? Oh, colors. Sorry. Purple, pink, and I know it's not a color, but black. Purple, pink, and black are my thing. I like them. And I do like a baby blue, too. So, those are my favorites. Those are my top favorites. Okay. Moving on. What are your worst fears? Gosh, if you would ask me this question back then, I would have said to fail. My worst fears now? I don't know. I don't really think I have a fear, really. I mean, the only fear I think I really have right now is, like, my health can out-poop me and kill me. Because I've already came to my deathbed twice, and somehow I got out of it, and I survived. So I try to take that as a thing. So I guess that would be my fears, that I wouldn't be able to make it out of that for a third time. Okay. And then this one is, who is your hero? Who's my hero? Well, if I had to look up to a hero or a person I wanted to be inspired to be, I think I would have to say, I would have said my dad, but some of his beliefs don't match up to nowadays, and I realized that his ways were not, like, good. But he went from the Bible a lot, so... I don't know. Like, if I had to look up to somebody, like, whatever... I don't know. Who's your hero and... You know, I can't answer this one for you guys, because, like I said, if I had to choose one, it would have been my dad, but I would have to minus out some of his beliefs that he believed in, because I don't believe in those anymore like he does. So that would be that. And then the next one is this one. What is your favorite video game? Well, you already know, because if you watch my page, you know I love World of Warcraft. I don't play anything but World of Warcraft. I mean, I play, like, Super Nintendo games, like, you know, Mario Brothers and stuff like that, and All-Stars, and I do play some, the DS, and then the Nintendo one, and I do play some PS4, but I don't really like those. My game would be World of Warcraft. 100%. I'm 100% into World of Warcraft. Nothing else. Okay. And then here's this question. What's your favorite subject, or was? Okay, well, since I'm not in school anymore, my favorite subject in school was science and biology, which is, they kind of go hand in hand. I was kind of a science geek. I loved science. I don't know, I think I liked being in this experiments and stuff, and that was my jam. I would always get A's in my science classes. Now, if you ask me in history, I mean, I was passing, and I was passing with a C+, but, like, it was not my thing. I think the only time that I ever got interested in it was when it talked about Martin Luther King or the slavery days, because I was, like, really interested in that, and, you know, I was really into that kind of stuff and wondering about stuff like that, and it touched my heart, and, like, I felt my heart went out to all of that, because those are the things I liked in history. But if you ask me what my favorite subject was, it was science and biology. It was my jam. I can ace it. Even my science teacher used to love having me come in. They're like, oh, we already know why you're in here before everybody else, because it's your favorite class. I was like, yep, favorite. Okay, next question is right here. If you could go anywhere, where would you go and why? Well, I always wanted to go to Germany, and the reason why I wanted to go to Germany was because that's where my grandfather came from, and I would like to actually fully see where he came from. I've been to Australia, I've been in the other states here, and I've been to Florida, but I have not ever been to another country, other than, you know, I went to Australia, but, I would love to go to Germany and learn the culture more and that, because I had lots of friends that were exchange students from Germany, and I tell them my grandfather came from came from Germany, and I would like to learn more about Germany, because that's where my grandfather came from. So yeah, that would be it. That would be where I want to go. Okay, what's your favorite sport, and why was it your favorite sport? My favorite sport was softball. I excelled in it. I mean, I excelled in basketball too, but, like, I kind of quit basketball by 10th grade, and I just played softball all the way up until junior year, when I wasn't in lockups. When I was in lockups, I couldn't, but when I was in, like, an actual high school, I would sign up for softball if I could, if it was softball season. And I was always first baseman because, well, that's where I excelled. I rocked first base. Rocked it. Even in Little League, I rocked it. My mom's best friend that I always see all the time, she always says, man, if you hadn't broke your arm, we were all going to go to the States. And she's like, and then you broke your arm, and then we lost States because we didn't have you. That's why I was like, well, you can't make it all about me. But everybody on my team used to say I was their good luck charm. And maybe they were right, because if I would have maybe been there, I would have. But I broke my arm because my sister that's a year older than me went and helped me turn on a light switch. So I just got determined to do it myself, and I stood up on a cooler, and I broke my arm. Of course, my mom didn't believe me, and she shook my arm, and was like, oh, it's not broke. She took me to the hospital. It's broke. And then they get put in the cast, and had to go tell my coach I was out for the season. Yeah. So, softball was my jam. Even though my sister would say, well, it was my sport before yours, and blah, 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 blah. Well, I hate to tell you, I didn't think she was that good at it anyways, and she sucked as a pitcher, and I'm not even going to go there, but, yeah, I excelled pretty well in softball as a first baseman. And I always played first, second, or third base, and otherwise my other alternate besides those was catcher. I was a great catcher too. So, those were my thing. Catcher, first, second, third. Softball was it. I pretty much ate it, breathed it, talked it, yeah, you name it. Okay, well, that's the end of the questions. I hope I answered them the best I could for you guys. Yeah. So, that was my question game. I don't remember how many questions that was, to be honest with you, but there was like at least 10, 15, maybe 20 questions there. Hope it answered some questions for you guys, and maybe I'll play this game again, and we'll do a different, we'll try to keep the questions different this next time. So, be prepared for maybe another video of this. Don't forget to hit the notification bell at the top, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please go subscribe to my channel, which is right up the top. You can just hit the subscribe button. And please go and share this video. Thank you guys for being with me as long as you have, and I mean, I've almost hit the 2K mark on my views, so I will be thinking of doing something for that. Alright guys, thanks for watching, have a great day. Don't forget to go subscribe to my other two sons' channels. They'll be at the end of this video. And like I said, go share, and like. Alright, bye!